Hi everyone, welcome to iitiansgateclasses. classes. I'm Dheeraj. In this session, I'm going to talk about CCMT 2023 NIT admission. Okay, so how we have to get into NIT. Okay, this is one of the best way. Okay, so CCMT is one of the gateway, to get into NIT admission. So finally, the notification has been released by NIT, right? So this CCMT is basically organized by NITs. Okay, so you have to visit the official website of CCMT, right? So you have to type just CCMT 2023, right? So on a Google, so you'll find the official notification as well as complete detail. But I'm going to brief here some of the important points, okay, which is very important. You need to understand. You need to keep in mind before you go for CCMT, right? So eligibility criteria, okay, the very first is the eligibility criteria. There is no age criteria. Anybody can uh, appear in this CCMT counseling process, okay, and get into NITs, right? So what is the eligibility criteria that I will discuss? Okay, so basically gate is one of the very important criteria, the gate exam. Okay, so if you have valid gate score, which I will discuss as we move ahead, right? And we'll talk about counseling process for regular rounds. Okay, so what are the counseling process, what are the steps which you have to go through, while counseling process for regular rounds. Okay, so there will be different kinds of regular rounds. Okay, rounds will be happening in phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So I will be talking about dates and schedules, right? Because this is very important to keep in mind, right? Other than that, everything is mentioned in official advertisement, right? So that you can go through, but the brief idea you can have from our YouTube channel, right? So the type of fees, it is also very important to understand, primarily how much what is the fee at each stages, right? And a type of billingness. Okay, so there will be type of billingness, like you can float, okay, float, slide, okay, and freeze, right, and so on and so forth. And you can also switch from between float, slide, freeze, and accept and all, right? So these are the willingness I will be discussing. And the flow chart for regular and special rounds. So using flow chart, we will understand what are the process in regular rounds and what are the process in special rounds. Okay, let's move ahead and start talking about eligibility requirement. The very important eligibility requirement, one, the candidate must have the valid gate score of year 2021, if you have got qualified in 2021, 2022, and 2023. As we know that the gate score is valid for 3 years, right? Is the validity of a gate score is 3 year. So you guys can, if you have qualified in 2021 and you want to do your MTech from NITs, okay, in particular branch, right? Because nowadays after COVID, the NIT also started offering very good placements, right? So you guys can go for CCMT if you are qualified in gate, right? So you should have valid gate score. That is the very first eligibility requirement or a criteria, you can say. And the second one, in qualifying degree, the candidate should have passed, okay, and secured at least 6.5 CGPA. Okay, remember the CGPA requirement here is 6.5 CGPA. Okay, for general candidate out of on 10-point scale. And if your university having the percentage system, so you should have at least 60%, right? Below 60% you're not allowed. Okay, so I believe nowadays everybody might be achieving good grades and percentage as well, right? So whereas 6 and 10, 6 on 10 and 55 in case of these reserve category like SC, ST, and PWD candidates, right? So for OBC and general, the eligibility requirement is same. There is no difference, but the eligibility relaxation is given for SC, ST, and PWD, right? So above mentioned CGPA should be awarded by recognized university and institute, right? So that university or institute should be recognized, right? In case the result of qualifying degrees are awaited, suppose you are just in a final year and your qualifying degree is awaited, right? So provisional admission is permitted to the candidate, okay, meeting above criteria. Okay, uh, minimum qualifying degree required latest by September 30, 2023. So if you're supposed to get your degree by September 30, 2023, suppose you are in final year and you gave your exam. Now you're expecting your degree to be awarded by September. So it's better, you are eligible for applying for CCMT, and you can get into NITs, right? So in these cases, all exams should have been completed by August 15, 2023. So I think by the end of June, everybody will be, finishing their exams. Okay, a certificate from the head of current institute, format given on a CCMT website. So one format is given, right? So you guys can download that format and have a sign from your head of the department. To that effect should be submitted during document verification, right? Okay, in case anything okay is getting delayed, okay, from your university, right? So the next point, which is very very important, is the counseling process rounds. Okay, so what is the process here? So there are three process basically that you have to keep in mind, three or four you can say. First of all, you will have to register. Okay, you will have to go for online registration. That you have to go for CCMT official website, right? Okay, CCMT official website, if you type on a Google, you will find. Okay, and then you have to go for payment for registration fees. Okay, so this registration fees you have to pay, right? So online registration you have to do. Okay, you have to put all your documents, I mean all your gate scores and everything, all your names, date of birth, everything should be correct, right? There should not be any mismatch. Otherwise in future your candidature might get cancelled, right, during verification. And the choice filling. Okay, so during registration you have to pay the fees. After registration, then you have to fill the choice filling. Okay, so this is very very important, choice filling. Okay, so based on your score, you have to put the choices, right? Suppose somebody is from electronics and communication, so they want to put choice that I want to get into NIT Trichy, NIT Suratkal, NIT Warangal, right? So they will put in the first, right? Don't put NITs in alphabetical order, right? Like NIT Agartala or some kind of thing, right? Because sometimes what happens, if you are going to many students think that, okay, if you are going to put choice filling in alphabetical order, okay, so keep in mind that the very first choice should be always here, right? Okay, so suppose your grade score is not that good, but you want to you have a you want to get into NIT Trichy. So first you put NIT Trichy, then okay, top NITs first you put, then you put your branch, okay, right? Then you put according to your score, right? So if you are going to get suppose this, so in next round you might get all of this, right? Okay, the below one you will not get, but all of them you will be getting which comes above your choices, right? So choice filling is very important, you have to be cautious here. And then locking. Okay, so these are the after filling the choice, you have to lock your choices, right? So that once the rounds will begin, okay, so you will start getting allotment of seats at different NITs, right? So I would recommend everybody should go for CCMT. Okay, and the next one is very important, the importance, schedule and dates, right? This is very important, which is also given in your you can say in your official website advertisement, right? So the schedule for CCMT 2023 phase 1, so this is going to be phase 1. So CCMT will be happening in three phases: the phase 1, the phase 2, and a phase 3. So very important dates that you can keep in mind is June 5, already it has begun, right? That is 10 a.m. Okay, so start of online registration, fee payment and online choice filling is starting from June 5. So already it has begun, right? So you guys can just fill it. Okay, and there is no end date, right? So you guys can fill it, right? The last date for registration unlocking by candidate is you see here, end date is 22 June. Okay, so within 20 days, within 15 days you have to uh, you know uh, uh, done with your registration. Okay, and last date for online registration and fee payment is 24 June. Okay, the last date for resolution of the issue related to fee payment, suppose you are paying your fee and you got stuck somewhere, that is 26 June, right? And So these are the keep in mind, these are the first you can say the very first process where you have to register yourself, you have to pay the fees. Okay, I will also discuss what amount of fees you have to pay, because you need to arrange everything, before you start submitting your application, right? So uh, there is a type of fees I will be discussing, right? The last date for online choice filling and locking of your choices by the candidate is 26 June, right? So first of all, you need to register, then pay the fees, and then you put the choices. So how you should put the choices? By talking with the experts. Okay, so if you want any kind of support, like you are confused, you know which NIT you should go for, and what kind of locking, I mean what kind of choices you have to lock, so you guys can contact at IGC team, right? So IGC is always ready to support you, because there are many candidates whose score was low and they got into ISC. In fact, they got into IITs, right? So definitely we are here to support you, right? uh, so last date of online choice filling and locking choices by the candidate is 26, and the automatic locking of saved choices, if choices are not locked by, suppose you forgot to lock the choices, whatever choices you have filled, right? So uh, you know the 26, you see here, you're going to get time date here, so automatically it will be locked. So how locking of the choices should be done, or how choice filling should be done? Based on the location first, right? Okay. The location should be good, right? So that in future, once you finish your first year, you should get a placement, right? So if location of a NIT is good, right? And the ranking, NIRF ranking, okay, this is very important criteria. So NIRF ranking, location, okay, and also you can visit the NIT websites, okay, and also go through the professor, you can say professor profiles, right? um, okay, you can find that from where those professors are, like from where they have done PhD, what kind of research they are doing, right? Based on that, fill the choices. Okay, don't be blind, filling the choices. So these are the some parameter like location and IR ranking, by visiting corresponding NITs and going through the professor profiles, and there are many things. Okay, these things were not available earlier, in before pandemic, you can say, right? So that's what I'm telling you. Now it is a great time where you're getting each and every points. Okay, and in fact IGC is always there, to give you better insights about anything happening around us, right? Okay, so after 6 points, after locking and everything, right? So the first round one will start, right? The announcement of uh, round one seats allotment will start from 29 June. So you can see here within 20 days, right? Within 24 days, you can say everything is gonna start. So uh, the first round, okay, in fact, definitely merit based round. If somebody has very good scores, so they will be getting top NITs, right? So 29 will be the first round where seat allotment will be done, and once you will get some seat, right? So then there is a date, right? Thursday 29 June. Okay, payment of seat acceptance. Okay, document uploading online specifying willingness. So there will be three point. Okay, there will be three choices once the seat will be allotted to you. One is the freeze, one is float. Okay, suppose you got the seat of your choice, so you have to freeze it completely, or float, you can say, or you can say slide, right? Okay, so these are the points which you have to do, and you have to upload the document, corresponding documents, whatever document they will require to be uploaded, right? They will ask to you to upload. So these things you can do before July 4, right? So they will give you some one week window almost. uh, then then what you have to do then, okay, so online document verification, okay, by the officers, right? So it will be done 29 June only. Okay, online, this time online verification will be there. And the second, so these things I will explain using a flow chart. Okay, only you have to focus on these important dates. Second round will happen on Saturday 8, right? and the first round you have to focus here is 29. Okay, and then the third round you see here is 13. So in all the rounds everything is gonna happen same, right? uh, and then this is the phase 2, right? The phase 2 will begin from 25 July. The first round, okay, is important. The second round, okay, will start, you can say phase 2 will start from 25 July, okay, and the round 1 in the phase 2 will be given to, you can say, 2nd August, right? And then the round 2 will be on August 9. Thing which you have to keep in mind, okay. And the phase 3, which is known as national sport round, NSR, okay, NSR. So people who are lucky enough, whose score is good, right, they might get their choices in the first round itself, okay. So if they are not getting proper choices, so they might go for second round, okay, they might go for national sport round as well, right? So that will start from August 14, right? Okay, and this is very important for the latest date about starting of the classes. You have to visit the respective allotted institute website. Okay, once you got, suppose you got NIT Trichy, right? Okay. NIT Trichy, then you have to go to corresponding website, okay, that you have to keep in mind. So I hope this makes sense to everyone, right? Uh, next is the type of fees. So you have to keep in mind the dates, right? So the primarily you have to focus here the registration date, right? That is June 5, okay, and the last date is 22. So better start registering yourself, okay? Don't wait, okay. Now we'll talk about type of fees. This is very very important to understand, because if you don't have a fees, you can't register, right? So registration fees, which is non-refundable fees to be deposited for participating in CCMT 2023 counseling in the regular rounds like 1 to 3, right? So you have to pay 3,000 rupees. Okay, earlier it was very big, right? But now they have reduced, and that too, this is not refundable. Okay, so 3,000 is for general category or EWS or OBC, and it is 2,500 for okay. So the moment you got some seat here, and if you want to accept the seat, right? So the seat acceptance fees, the fee deposited by candidate when accept the C allotment, okay, this is a part of the institute fees and will be adjusted against the final allotted admission fees. Keep this in mind. You have to pay this amount like 30,000. So initially you have to pay 3K here, and then once you got the seat, you have to pay 30K, right? So this 30K will be adjusted to your first semester fees. That you don't have to worry about that, okay? And you see here, for SC ST there will be 10K, okay. So that is very important. For OBC, for general, for EWS, for everyone 30K is the fee here, right? And partial admission fee, the partial admission fee to be deposited on CCMT at the time of online, okay, personal PI reporting, if she wants to confirm her seat, okay. So suppose you want to confirm your seat and you want to pay the partial fees, you can pay 10,000 and 5K, right? 5,000, right? And the registration fee, okay, non-refundable fees for special rounds, okay. So if you want to go for special rounds, you have to pay 3,000 again, right? This is the very important. For regular round the fees 3,000. For special rounds, okay, SR, you have to pay 3,000, right? And for SR, special round participation fees, okay, so fee to be, so you have to pay 40,000 here, right? The 40,000. And NSR round, again you have to pay 3,000. Suppose you want to go for NSR round, okay, and here 40,000. So these are the fees which you have to keep in mind, okay. So you can get each and every detail from the official website also if you visit, right? So I would rather suggest that after going through this video, you should also go to official website and download the advertisement and go through, right? So NSR round, okay, if you want to participate, you have to pay extra money, right? So if they are conducting all these activities, so certainly they will, okay. So these are the permission of willingness change, right? Suppose you have done float, okay, float and slide, right? So in case of float, you can go from float to slide, remember. You can also go from float to freeze, and you can also do like this, float to surrender and participate in the next round. Okay, so you want to participate in the next round, so you have to put the float and then you can surrender here, and or slide to freeze, right? So these are the permission which is allowed, okay, to do. Now we will understand the entire process, entire regular rounds using the flow chart. Okay, this will give you a complete picture. Okay, in step by step. So the starting is the very first step is the online registration and the fee payment as per the table 3. That table 3 I have put here. This is a fee here that you can see 3,000, 30,000, 10,000. Kind of fees is there, and only the registration fees which you will pay is not refundable, and it is not going to be adjusted, but the seat acceptance fees will be adjusted with the your semester fees, that you don't have to worry about that, okay, because that is big amount, right? So an online choices filling as per the schedule, right? So according to the schedule you have to fill the choices, and online choice locking as per the schedule, automatic choice locking. So this is what the you have to refer the actual dates and schedule, right? The round one seats, okay. So after these many steps, you will be start getting the seat allotment, okay, and then it is going to be S. Okay, suppose seat is allotted. So if you want to you know if you want to accept the seat, right, if you're going S, okay, so you have to go through these many steps again, right? You have to pay the seat acceptance fees around 30,000 in the first round, okay, and then upload required documents for online document verification. So this time they will do online document verification, so you don't have to visit okay, any particular center, right? And then if suppose you are not accepting the fees, I mean not accepting the seat, right? So no, right? If you know, then you can go directly to here, okay, that is round 2, okay, the seat allotment, okay, and we will discuss in the next page what is there. And on online document verification, suppose you have accepted, so these many steps you have to follow. And then status of online document verifications, okay, you have to, okay, so if they will, if it is not verified, okay, if it is not verified, so the question is still eligible for next round, so you will, yes, okay, that you can go always, right? So you can go for second round, okay. If it is verified, so optional to be done online, okay. So this is the choices. So you keep in mind that the very first important point is what you have to register, put the perfect choices, everything should be okay, right? And all those things, right? Yeah. So you can also freeze it, you can also withdraw your seat, right? Like if you got the seat and you want to freeze it finally, or you can also withdraw it, right? So this is the first round, okay. And if you want to continue, suppose you haven't got in first round, nothing you have got, right? So you can go for a second round, okay, second round of seat allotment in the round, okay. If seat is allotted, third round you can go. Like if it is not allotted, and if you're allotted, then document already verified, okay, you already the documents are verified, okay, then you can directly jump to this point. Otherwise, if it is not verified, so then you have to again do everything, right? The fee, pay, you have to pay the fees and everything, right? You see here. So I hope this makes sense to you. And suppose everything is done here, right? Your verification is done, still you want to change something, right? You want to change your willingness, so you can go to, you can participate in the next round by choosing this, okay. Okay, like surrender and participate in the next round, that you can do. Or you can also withdraw your seat, right? If you want to come out from the CCMT, so you can do these things, right? Okay, flow chart for regular rounds, okay, the flow chart for regular round will be this, okay. So round third, okay, round third will be like this. So each and everywhere, each and every process, there will be two things, yes or no, okay. And if you accept the seat, so you have to go for document verifications, right? Suppose your document is not verified, then you have to fill this and you have to pay the fees and put the document, then it will be verified, and status you will check, right? Okay, if you put any kind of queries, so it will be resolved and everything, right? So these things are there. Okay, so this is the final and finish. Okay, uh, suppose you have got everything, then it's fine. If you haven't got anything, then you have to go for new registration, okay, and new choices list. Okay, so this is the round one, right? Where, and then again you have to go for new choices, right? So this is the flow chart for a special round. Okay, suppose you haven't got anything in the first round and you have withdrawn your seat, right? So again you have to pay the registration fees, and all these stories are there. So I hope this makes sense. Okay, so remember, there is a choices like float, okay, slide, okay, freeze, withdraw, okay, okay. So there are many points which you have to keep in mind, right? So these are the choices and flow chart for so the primarily what are the steps we have seen till now is registration, fee payment, document verifications, sorry, locking the choices, then a seat allotment. If you have got the seat, pay the seat acceptance fees and all, right. So these are the choices that you have to do. Hmm? Next. So keep this in mind. These are the special rounds, okay, and you can also go for NSR, the National Sport Round, okay. And one more thing will be there. There will be institute, sliding down, right? Slide is what is the meaning of slide? Slide. Suppose you have got. Suppose somebody is from ECE and he wants VLSI, right? So he got communication system, okay, but he wants VLSI. So what he will do is he can put slide options, right? So if in next round he might get VLSI in the same institute, okay, he will not get anywhere, but in the same institute he might get, right? So this sliding, internal sliding is there, right? So you have to be very careful about choice filling, okay, based on your gate score, okay. So if you want to have any sort of guidance related to CCMT, how to fill lock, how to in fact fill choice filling, right? This is very important. Choice filling based on your gate score, right? Based on gate score. So you guys can contact us in this number, okay, and this is the official mail ID where you can mail us, right? So we'll guide you perfectly based on what criteria you should fill your choices, okay. Not only because of your gate score, because many students are there in India, they're not familiar, right? So we are here always. You guys can contact us on this number, and you can also visit our official website, www.iitiansgateclasses.com, okay. So this was all about the brief idea. Rest is you need to visit official website of CCMT, okay, organized by all NITs, right? And you can contact us for choice filling. This is very important, okay, factor, okay. Choice filling plays an important role in entire CCMT. Keep this in mind. Choice filling plays an important role in entire CCMT, right? Okay, because dates, everybody knows dates, everybody has to pay fees, okay, everybody has to go through all those steps, document verifications and everything. But choice filling makes your life your life easier, right? So meaning here is if you fill the wrong choices, so you have to face challenges in future. So choice filling is very very important, okay. And choice filling needs IGC and the proper guidance from IGC team, right? So you guys can contact us, okay. Thank you so much. We'll meet in any further notifications. So you guys can follow us on these social medias, Instagram, and we have got different YouTube channels, Telegram, where we clear all sort of doubts. Also you can follow us on Facebook and every all these social media. So thank you so much.